Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Daniel, a fellow English learner turned fluent speaker, and more importantly, a confidence coach for people who dream of speaking English clearly, boldly, and without fear. Today's episode is deeply personal. It's about how I went from sweaty palms, a shaky voice, then total fear, to feeling excited, yes, excited, every time I got a chance to speak English. And no, I didn't move to an English-speaking country, and I wasn't born with some super brain. What changed was how I thought about English, about fear, about failure. And I want to take you inside that transformation, step by step, because if I can do it, so can you. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, then let me tell you a story you'll never forget. Let's rewind back to 2008. I was 19 years old, sitting on a plastic chair in a stuffy classroom in my home country. The teacher walked in and said, "Okay, now we speak only English." I panicked. I didn't even understand what she meant by that. My brain froze. I looked at my classmates, hoping someone else would speak up so I didn't have to. When she finally asked me to introduce myself, my heart started racing, my hands were sweating, my lips trembled. I said something like, "My name Daniel. From here." That's it. That's all I could say. I felt stupid. Embarrassed. Like everyone was judging me. And right then, I made a decision that many people make without realizing it. I decided that English was scary. That speaking would always make me anxious. That I should avoid it whenever possible. For years, I carried that belief like a heavy backpack. Fast forward 5 years. I was 24, working at a local IT company. One day, our boss told us we'd be having a video call with a client from Canada. "Daniel, I want you to join and help with the project explanation." I wanted to say no. My old fear came rushing back. But something in me said, "This is it. This is your chance." That night, I barely slept. I practiced my lines in front of the mirror, over and over. The next day, during the call, I was nervous, but I survived. The client understood me. I understood most of what he said. And here's the crazy part, after the call, I felt a rush of adrenaline. Like I had just jumped off a cliff and landed safely. That fear. It started to feel like excitement. That was the moment I knew the fear doesn't mean stop. Fear means get ready. I started researching everything I could about language anxiety. And guess what? It's a real thing. Dr. Elaine K. Howitz, a well-known scholar in the field of second language acquisition, defines foreign language anxiety as a distinct complex of self-perceptions, beliefs, feelings, and behaviors related to classroom language learning. In simpler terms, it's the fear that comes from worrying about being judged, making mistakes, or not being understood. Here's the good news, it's normal. According to a study published in the Journal of Language Teaching and Research, over 70% of language learners report some form of anxiety. So if you feel nervous, you're not broken. You're human. But here's what changed everything for me: anxiety and excitement are almost the same emotion, biologically speaking. Both involve increased heart rate, adrenaline, then heightened alertness. The only difference is your interpretation. So I began to reframe. I started to apply cognitive behavioral techniques to my language learning. When I felt nervous, I didn't say, "I'm scared." I said, "I'm excited." Before each English meeting or conversation, I'd whisper to myself, "This is my moment to grow." I'd visualize myself speaking clearly, confidently, and connecting with people. This is called positive visualization, and it's backed by neuroscience. According to a 2012 study published in the journal Psychology of Sport and Exercise, athletes who used mental rehearsal performed significantly better than those who didn't. Language learning is no different. Then I created my excitement rituals. I would play one upbeat English song before each speaking session. I would do power poses for 2 minutes, as suggested by Amy Cardi's famous TED Talk. I would write down 3 things I did well after every English conversation. These tiny habits added up. My brain stopped associating English with embarrassment and started linking it with fun, progress, and pride. The more I practiced, the more confident I became. But it wasn't in the classroom. It was in cafes, online forums, language exchange meetups. I remember talking to a tourist once in a coffee shop. I just smiled and said, "Hello. Do you like the coffee here?" She laughed, and we ended up talking for 20 minutes. Was my grammar perfect? No. But I communicated. I made her laugh. She asked me where I learned English and told me I sounded great. That day, I felt like a champion. And here's the wild part: confidence isn't something you have before you speak. It's something you earn while you speak. Eventually, something magical happened. Speaking English became automatic. Not perfect, but flowing. This state is known as a flow, the term coined by psychologist Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. It's that feeling when you're so engaged in a task that time disappears, and you feel energized. I reached this state by 1. Speaking daily, even if just 5 minutes. Watching English shows without subtitles. Thinking in English, narrating my day in simple sentences. Talking to myself out loud while cooking, cleaning, or walking. I created what I now call my English environment. Everything around me whispered English. Slowly, fear melted into familiarity. And familiarity became confidence. If you're still listening, thank you. You're ready to make your breakthrough. Here's what worked for me, and I believe it can work for you. Reframe anxiety as excitement. Say it aloud: I'm excited to learn. Visualize success. Picture yourself speaking confidently. Create speaking rituals: a song, a pose, a mantra. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Talk to yourself in English. Narrate your life. Join speaking clubs or language exchanges. Fear fades in friendly practice. Smile when you speak. It calms your nerves and opens hearts. To everyone watching this, your voice matters. Your English doesn't need to be perfect to be powerful. If you wait to be fearless before you speak, you'll be waiting forever. But if you speak now, despite the fear, you'll soon discover something incredible. Your anxiety was just excitement in disguise. I'm Daniel, and I believe in you. If this video moved you, share it with a friend who needs to hear this. And remember, fluency isn't just about language, it's about courage. So speak. Make mistakes. Laugh, learn. And most of all, enjoy the journey. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep going. You're closer than you think.